Hi, welcome back to the Allotment Gardener. You may remember last video I was sitting on this old water tank and you're thinking, what's he got that in the middle of his plot for? Well, I'll tell you what, I don't throw anything away. We found this in some bushes and thought, what could we do with it? We're actually going to make a feature out of this and stick some plants in it, believe it or not. You might be wondering what I'm going to do, how I can make this into a feature, but I quite like the old metal tank itself. We've filled it with some hardcore. We're going to put some more hardcore in it, but I'm not going to film my labours of lugging all the hardcore into it. And once we get it up to a reasonable level, we'll use that as a drainage system for the plants that we're going to put in there. It's got a hole in the bottom of it, so if it does start filling up with water, it's just going to leak onto the path. There we go, that's another barrow. We'll just get fill the next one, and that should be enough drainage for our feature. Right, we've filled it up with hardcore. We've got some weed suppressant material over the top, and I'll show you this from above. Even though it's not level, it's completely covered the hardcore, which means whatever we put in there, whether it be loose soil or a grow bag, anything that's open isn't going to just pour away with the weather. It's going to be retained by the weed suppressant material. A couple of weeks ago I showed you the foxes had got one of the grow bags, so what I'm going to do is, as it's got a big grip in the side of it, I'm going to use this to support the feature. I'm going to give it a big old cut the top off, nice and simply. So Mr. Fox has already helped us, and tuck it in, fold it back, and you'd hardly know that it wasn't full of soil. It's just the hardcore with that suppressant on the top of it. It's got a couple of bits of drainage on it, but there we are. We've now got, you could just call it a raised bed, couldn't you? This is coming on great shapes. We put some canes in them, we've buried them in. I'm just going to make a small wigwam, and I've left another piece of wire here because it may well be that I add some more canes in. What the plan is now is to get some sweet peas going up in here. They've got something to climb up. Put maybe some herbs around some of the edge, and then I bought some hundreds and thousands of tomatoes, which are hanging tomatoes rather than climbing tomatoes, and I'm going to get them when the season is right to drape over the side. So the feature might look a bit ramshackle at the moment, but give it a few months and perhaps you'll appreciate what we've done here. Right, I've decided to add another couple of canes in it. Just tying them off, and you can see the old money saving part of this week's video, because I've used a piece of recycled wire, some scabby old canes, someone's water tank, a damaged grow bag, and a load of hardcore, and it's been a fairly cheap and cheerful video, and if we were paying for it by the minute, even that wouldn't cost a lot, because it's going to be a fairly short video this week, but it's a job. You've seen the principles of it, and you could replicate it yourself. It doesn't have to be one of these, but you can see how you can save on your soil by using some hardcore. There's always hardcore lying around. There we go, doesn't look much. Once we've got some growth in it, got those sweet peas I mentioned last time actually moving in the greenhouse, so they'll be one of the first things in there, and as soon as this cold weather's passed, we'll get them in and turn this into what I hope to be quite a spectacular feature. As I say, just a short video. The edible garden show has eaten into our weekend, so you get what you get. I'll catch up with you next time.